Let's get some work done today.
Open up, you open up. Bitch, you want baby Emma. We should be closer than friends.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be reading a letter to you guys today that I wrote in the middle of the morning. 3:03 a.m. is when I finished writing it this morning. I couldn't sleep, and typically when I can't sleep it's because I need to be writing or I need to be studying, and if I'm not doing that, the big man upstairs wakes me up. And I have been fighting against that version of insomnia for a very long time. I am evolving, and so I decided to listen. And so we're gonna talk for a second, okay? I'm not gonna get into Black history. We're gonna talk about today, okay? Dear eligible voter, re-electing 45 would be like standing up and hitting yourself in the head and then sitting down and standing up in the same way a second time. It would be like stepping on a Lego and not picking it up, so you end up stepping on it again. It would be like putting a hot iron on the floor and then walking into it. Like buying trash products and then repurchasing from the same establishment. For those of you who are considering not voting because of your issues with the candidates, consider this. Everyone will never be happy with any one candidate. That's not how life works. When a principal is chosen at your child's school, a new pastor at your church, local politics, a new CEO at your job, etc., someone wins and someone loses. But there's never a time everyone is pleased with the results. People adapt and adjust to whatever cards are dealt, or they change something. Please understand that not voting is essentially a vote for 45. If you like having leadership who has been blatantly racist, sexist, homophobic, and ignorant about anything that has to do with anything besides money, if you like your leadership to literally make words up and contradict himself several times in a statement, and at least once per sentence, by all means, don't register, don't hit the polls, or mail in your ballot. But if you want to give two imperfect people who have a history of supporting people who look like you and me, whether you be minority, women, a part of the LGBTQ plus community, or just support equality in general, and have made poor decisions in the past, but are vowing to do better instead of lying and taking credit for things that they had nothing to do with or did not initiate, then I ask that you register or re-register and vote. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't concern yourself with the Electoral College. Just do what your civic duty is as a USA citizen and put your vote where your heart is. We need change. America ain't ever been great in the way that 45 talks about it. Don't let the RNC, DNC propaganda sway you or distract you. Focus on what you know. You know what the last 3+ years has looked like and felt like. You know that you don't want to keep being angry and tired and exhausted and grieving and appalled and like justice is never being served. Then you also know what you need to do. Be the change. Vote. Oh. And while you're marinating on the charge in this message, consider this. They still haven't charged the cops who murdered Breonna Taylor. No justice for Brianna. Not yet. Jacob Blake is lying in a hospital, paralyzed from 7 shots that rang off on him from police, even though he was just trying to break up a fight that 2 white women were having. There have been no arrests, and while people were protesting a white man, if he can carry a large rifle, he is a man. Don't call our black boys men at 12 and send them to prison for murder that you can't even prove they committed. You just convince them to confess to things they didn't even do, and then not call this white 17-year-old a man. Shot 3 people protesting against police shootings and killed 2 of them. This same man was allowed to go home and not even questioned until the following day. He walked right past a number of cop cars with his rifle strapped to his body, and he was not seen as a threat. He walked right past cops with a rifle strapped to his body, and he was not seen as a threat. But this young black man who is my age is likely paralyzed for life. And he was just trying to keep the peace. They shot him in front of his children. Why don't our lives matter to you, bro? Consider the countless stories we haven't heard, and I haven't mentioned, that are just like it. Consider the trans lives that are not protected in this nation. Black trans lives matter too. Consider the countless people experiencing injustices right in this moment. Then ask yourself if you should vote. I love y'all. Stay up. Be careful.